Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Black Spectrum Network. I'm going to be your reader for today, Quintaria Shakir. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Please comment on this video. Please get 5 people that you know about to subscribe to my video. Please follow us on Instagram. That's Black Spectrum Network. Please like us on Facebook. If you are interested in purchasing a private psychic reading from me, please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com and purchase that private psychic reading. Okay, so we're going to be doing a reading on the Kardashians. I'm calling this the Kardashians Unlocked. And I'm calling it that because there have been questions that people have been asking about the Kardashians that I've repeatedly seen in my Facebook, my YouTube comments. So I'm gonna answer a few of those questions. So the first question that I'm going to answer is, and mind you, I don't really know who the Kardashians are. I just know Kim Kardashian and Khloe, kind of. But does Kris Jenner orchestrate the family's media coverage from behind the scenes? Okay. I'm going to ask this question. Does Kris Jenner orchestrate media coverage from behind the scenes? Okay, does she orchestrate media coverage from behind the scenes? It's not so much orchestration, it's leveraging. So, there are actually, what Spirit is telling me, there are several types of leveraging that she participates in. So she pays money when it's good news coverage, and she pays money to block them from bad news coverage. I'm also hearing that she sometimes doesn't have to pay them anything. She'll, if they have a nasty news story about the family, she will negotiate with them. So basically, if there is a very heinous story about the Kardashians that the media has, what Kris Jenner will do is that she'll offer them another type of gossip. And she will say, hey, I have a tape, or I have this, I have that, and use this instead, and just leave that alone. Because in that way, she allows for these different gossip sites, these different news sites, to feel like they have a business partnership with them. So there is a personal business partnership there. But she pays for good stories. She will also pay to block bad stories. And if she can't pay to block those bad stories, she'll negotiate actual gossip with them, and it'll be a trade-off. Like, she'll trade off something that's much less damaging to the family. So it might be something that's damaging to the entire family, but instead she chooses to give them to feed them information about one member of the family. Now, with that being said, I see her having a lot of control over the Kardashian family. And she's almost like they're describing her as this woman that's very masculine. Her aggressiveness is hidden. You don't see it until you get close to her, and it's like it's when you cross her, she she gets her lawyers on you. So she might not say anything, but you'll start receiving phone calls from attorneys. There are lots of legal documents that people sign when they're involved with her family. And Spirit is telling me that she's the go-to. So when someone in her family is upset emotionally, or they're hurt, they come to her to fix it. She's like the family's Olivia Pope. So they come to her for emotional advice. And when she needs to leverage a good opportunity for her children, she will do that. So she wants all of them to be successful. So she's willing to sell parts of the chaotic elements of their lives to the media. And her children, it's kind of like they already know. Like it's like, because she's so, it's not, I don't want, the word they're giving me is treacherous. Like, she's treacherous in how she deals with her children. So they'll confide in her, and they tell her maybe 80% of what's going on with them, but she'll take 15% of the 80% that was told, the most salacious details, and she keeps that to herself. I also wouldn't be surprised if she records her children's conversations to corroborate some of the stories that she tells to the media, so that she can block them from talking about the Kardashians in a negative way. It's like she doesn't mind when the media reports the news about her family, but if that news reporting is done in a way that's going to diminish the Kardashian institution, they will pay to have those stories blocked. They're also saying that she's very powerful with the media, and she's very well networked, and because of that, she can negotiate what she wants. And if you don't negotiate with her, then she's going to take you to court. And she's not afraid to put gossip sites in lengthy battles. And in addition to that, her children have really good attorneys as well. So it's kind of like the family operates very much like Kris Jenner. Like they are a very tight system. And yes, these things are orchestrated. But that's the science behind it. That's the most that I can see from what Spirit is showing me. I don't have the exact language to describe all of this, but that's how I see it. Okay. The next couple of questions are: is Khloe's dad someone else other than Rob Kardashian? Did Kris Jenner release Kim Kardashian's sex tape? Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter how they spread. Okay, so is Khloe Kardashian's dad someone other than Rob Kardashian? And did Kris Jenner release Kim Kardashian's sex tape? Khloe Kardashian's father, this is what Spirit is saying. Khloe Kardashian's Rob Kardashian, one second, let me make sure that I'm getting this correct. Yeah, Rob Kardashian is not Khloe Kardashian's father. And there's a huge debate about this in the family. And there's a man that is close to the family, and he's a white man. He's a white man, and they're showing me a white man with facial features similar to hers, rounder face, salt and peppery hair as of now. I mean, he's got to be older, but yeah, I'm not seeing this Rob Kardashian person as her dad, what I'm saying is that there's been there's been a lot of infighting about this, and almost like a refusal on this man's the man that says he's Khloe Kardashian's father. For some reason, somehow the Kardashians have blocked him from that truth. It's like everybody in the family is denying it, but, and this is what I'm hearing, like Kris Jenner knows that that's not her daughter's father, but I'm assuming from what these cards are telling me, this man can't get to the truth because of Kris Jenner. Also, I'm hearing that this, because she's older, it's like she's almost in such a denial that she's been tricking herself. Like, this is my dad. This is my father. There's no reason that I need to take a paternity test about this. And she's like, my dad is passed, so I can't even get his DNA. I mean, that's how she's rationalizing it to herself. And I'm seeing this other man wanting to be in her life. It's like he's emotional about it. He has been, awaiting kind of like a family reunion with her. He feels intuitively connected to her. He's kind of just been watching her from afar, and it's not all. He doesn't want to be in her life all the way for the right reasons now. If she weren't Khloe Kardashian, I think that he would just have gone on about his life. But I am seeing where Rob Kardashian is not her father. I'm seeing it as there's a lot of infighting in the family about that. Like, they don't want to talk about it. Let's just believe mom. Mom wouldn't lie. This guy has been saying this for, some time, and, this guy's crazy. And, yeah, I mean, there are ways to find out if, there are ways for this family to find out the truth, but it's not like they're just willing to take it. So now about the sex tape being yes, she released this sex tape. Yes, she released this sex tape, because I'm seeing it as the sex tape came, and she's telling her, like, yes, she used this sex tape for to promote her family. I mean, I don't even want to say it was a released sex. I don't want to say she released it. She made deals with different media organizations to cover it. And she went forward, took decisive action about it, and she said that this is the best thing for my family to do, considering, we need the money. And I see it as Kim, for the most part, just went along with it, kind of like she wanted to feel betrayed, but it's like the fact that the sex tape had surfaced to a degree, her mom was kind of like, well, let's, spin it for, your own betterment, because it's going to hit the airwaves anyway. Let's get ahead of the story. Kris Jenner, this woman is very, very intelligent and very convincing. But I'm seeing that this decision was almost like a form of suicide for her character. It's kind of like this was the moment where she went over the deep end. It's kind of like after this incident, she was never this, like, Kris Jenner was never the same in terms of like her ethics. She doesn't mind, getting her hands dirty, and I think that this was a lot for her. But let's see what else the cards can tell me about this. So Kris Jenner somehow she got Ray J to agree to the release of this tape. Because I'm hearing it as the tape needed to be released. Ray J wasn't going to release it. He didn't really have intention on releasing it. And Kim, you know, the tape surfaced. I mean, it's just like the tape ended up surfacing somewhere. It was like it was being circulated to the family. And it was being circulated around like small media circles. It's not like anybody really cared at the time, you know? But I'm seeing it as Kim was embarrassed and her mom, in consoling her, said that she would handle it. And she did handle it. And I'm seeing Kris Jenner, reaching out to Ray J and deceiving him in the long run. Because it's like, I'm thinking that for a time, because I don't know. Now, let me know in my comments. When this tape was released, people thought it was Ray J, and Kris Jenner promised that Ray J wouldn't be blamed for this, but somehow Ray J ended up getting blamed for it. And I mean, it's not even somehow. People just assumed that it was Ray J that leaked the tape. But she negotiated with him behind the scenes, and that deal was a bad deal for him, because even though he got his payment, or he got his fame and notoriety, it still came at a price where it still kept him feeling tied up socially. Like he felt like he couldn't say anything, he couldn't do anything. It was kind of like Kim Kardashian was thriving in a positive way in the midst of this drama, but Ray J was suffering, and his career was on the decline because of it. He didn't really benefit from the release of this tape, as though it were. I mean, it was no promises, but he didn't benefit from the release of the tape. She left out those terms and conditions from that verbal contract. And I'm saying that this wrecked the relationship between Kim and Ray J. I'm saying is they were kind of sort of friends. They were kind of sort of friends still, and I would say that they were still like not so much dating, but there was this openness to casual like sexual encounters, but all of that just got shut down. It's like Kim had to surrender to everything that was going on, because it was too big. It was too much. It was too much. From the tape circulating amongst close circle of friends, to her mom choosing to spin it for media publicity, to her mom reaching out to Ray J, and it's just like it was a lot. It was a lot, and I think that Kim just kind of disconnected from it all. But the tape was released by Kris Jenner. I mean, it was released by someone else as well, but in terms of it having a systemic and widespread impact, that was Kris Jenner. So, I'm going to ask the question, is Kylie's baby Travis Scott's? Does Khloe Kardashian's vagina really smell like earring backs? And does Rob Kardashian have a mental illness? Okay, these cards are not spreading, so I'll just pull Okay, so I asked 3 questions, and I will pull 3 cards for each question. Oops. All right. The first question was, is Kylie's baby Travis Scott's? Y'all, this is I mean, what Spirit is saying is that there is a lot of there are lots of questions in the family about this. And it's like the family's trying to tell Travis Scott is his baby because Kylie, I had to look up my sheet of paper. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott had been in a relationship for so long. He is the father of the child, but I'm seeing him being in denial about it. And him kind of trying to do a timeline in his head about, you may have been with somebody around this time. It could not be my baby. Maybe it is his child. But there are a lot of questions in the family surrounding the paternity of the child. And they're also trying to, it's like they want to do a paternity test, but it's going to spark some sort of media debacle. It's like, it's going to be more damaging to them media-wise. And I don't know why this is, but there are some serious consequences for them to do the paternity test. It's almost like one aspect of it is the family doesn't want Kylie to be publicly slut-shamed in a way, kind of, sort of, because they're doing a paternity test. The second is it's going to like show how there's this. I think Travis Scott may be cool with the family, or he may be silent about things in the family, and it's like they don't want to show that there's any disunification between the Kardashians and anybody that these people may be dating. It's like these people are contractually bound to only displaying certain forms of dysfunction when they're associated with the Kardashians. So I'm seeing it as he wants to be public. He wants to question the paternity, and he wants to get a paternity test, and he knows kind of sort of that it's his baby, but he has some questions about it for some reason. But Spirit is saying, Spirit, is this his baby? Make sure. He's trying to find out for sure if it's his child. And he has suspicions about it because I think it's like he thinks that there are elements, or the child doesn't look like him or something, or the child looks like somebody else, so he's suspicious about it. And I'm saying that she's keeping the child away. Not so much keeping the child away, but she's trying to keep him from questioning it in some way. Is the baby his, though? I mean, Spirit is saying they have a family together. I mean, it's like Spirit is saying that they have a family together. It's a I wish I had my spirit board near me. But I definitely am hearing in my ears like this is like there's a lot of questions surrounding it. And it's like there's just a lot of questions surrounding. I don't know what's going on in the media, but even in my ears, it's like static. It's like bits and pieces. Like I can hear bits and pieces of their conversations about this, and it's I can hear him asking her and her being like, "Well, you're the only guy I've been with," and she's not giving him straight answers. What is the paternity of this child? Who is the child's father? there's too much confusion, too much infighting. And she's playing games about it somehow, some way. She's playing games about this. And my forehead is, I can feel it in my forehead, the frustration, like, with me even constantly asking this question. It's like, the Kardashians don't want you to know. They want this to spin out into some big public debacle. And, I mean, they're trying to figure out how to talk about this without it creating new issues or raising more questions about things that are not even related to Travis Scott and this other woman. And I want to say the baby is his, but like I said, there's so many questions around it that I don't know. Does Khloe Kardashian's vagina really smell like earring backs? So this question actually came from my friend Paulia, and she said that Lamar Odom said this under oath in a court. So because he said it under oath in court, I just want to know, is what he said true? And according to Spirit, Lamar Odom got up there and he made a bunch of incomplete statements. He got up there and he tried to. He got on the stand and he lied. I mean, that's it. He got on the stand. He lied. It wasn't an honest truth. He did it to kind of get back at the Kardashians. It's kind of like he was pissed with Khloe Kardashian, and he's like, "Look, I can't get back." It's like he couldn't go public and trash her without possibly getting sued. But in court, he did say that, and he said it under oath because it's like, from my experience, this is what it smelled like. And because the courts aren't going to repeatedly poke at that statement, not in a way that they're going to try to see if he's going to perjure himself. They weren't taking it that seriously. I mean, it was said. He said it. Did he mean it? Did he mean what he said? Yes, he meant what he said. He meant what he said, and he wanted to really take her out by saying that. But was it true? No. Does he think that she has an odor? He's just really emotional. He doesn't think that she has an odor. He was just trying to take her out. And probably deservedly so, because I'm hearing that he had been lambasted in the media and he couldn't really defend himself against all the attacks and accusations being thrown against him. It was kind of like, if he dealt with Khloe Kardashian, it was a lose situation. If he left her alone, it was a lose situation. There was no way for him to get out of it. Does Rob Kardashian have a mental illness? He doesn't have a mental illness per se. He's not mentally ill, but he is under a severe form of depression because of a relationship. And not just one, it's multiple relationships. There are bodies. It's like when someone breaks up with him, their energy never leaves. Like, he holds on to that person's energy. So they may leave from him, but he holds on to the feeling of them, and he reminisces about them a lot. And those memories are painful. They're almost like stabbing him in the back. And because he won't let go, his fate is one in which he's always going to attract rejection, and he's going to be surrounded by a garden of bitterness. And those are the seeds that he plants, because that's what his mind gravitates towards. Constantly being broken up with, constantly being left, having a feeling of abandonment and not knowing how to heal, to self-soothe, and to just get over it. But I also see him just never grieving in the correct way. He's always sorrowful, and he feels bad for himself, and there's a lot of self-flagellation, and I should have, how could I not have seen, and why am I so stupid, and how does it keep happening, oh my God. That's how I hear it. And there are some thoughts of suicide, but I'm hearing it as like deep and ugly depression. Like a deep and ugly depression, not so much a mental illness. All right, so we're almost about to close with the video. I know y'all love it when I give y'all long videos. I know y'all love it when I talk. I know y'all love it when I ask lots of questions. This is my Kardashian Unlocked video. I'm just trying to get to the nitty gritty. I know y'all got more questions, so if you got more Kardashian questions, put them in the comments. Put your Kardashian questions in the comments. I want to answer more of them. We can do a Kardashians Unlocked part 2. And I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers as of the day that I've recorded this particular video. But yeah, those Black community readings are coming very, very soon. Very soon. I almost say YouTube partner. Okay. Now, my next question is, do the Kardashians practice black magic? Long story short, yes, they do. Their magical work is like a form of like witchcraft mixed with like Middle Eastern or East Asian, Middle Eastern, like indigenous work. It's like a hodgepodge of the two. It's like witchcraft mixed with both. And their magic determines, it's like Scarlet Witch from X-Men. It's like their magic it increases the probability for things to happen, or it increases the likelihood that things will happen. And it's like they do they manipulate opportunities to always work in their favor. So even if there is something tragic or derogatory that happens to their family, they are able to spiritually, they're able to spiritually monopolize from it somehow. It doesn't always work, but I would say 90% of the time it's very effective. It's a type of magic that, and how I'm hearing it is a type of magic that it just pushes forward. It just rams through things. It's like a bull in a china shop. It's not a delicate form of magic. And it's very obvious to see when it's happening or when it's at work as well. It's not discreet. And it is not impervious to spiritual protection. So it's not powerful enough to shape their outcomes, but it's not powerful enough to destroy someone. You could easily protect yourself from it. And it's a very intention-based form of magic. It's like advanced witchcraft and a mixture of intentions, affirmations, positive thinking, like New Age thought, and then it's like East Asian, like some other stuff in it. So they do practice it. It is powerful, but one of its weaknesses is that it can be protected against, and it's not a discrete form of magic. My next question is, what do the Kardashians do to black men? They're saying that Kardashians attract black men by they play a long range game. You don't immediately get sex with them. They dangle sex in black men's faces and make them wait for sex, and that keeps them going. Like, it's like by the time a black man gets sex from them, they're hooked, like, on the chase. These women are very hard to lock down, very hard to keep in one place. In addition to that, they're the climate of celebrity that they live in, it's so high pressured. There's so much pressure being around them, especially like social pressure, and the family is they're really fun family, but they are they don't deal with reality. They don't deal with law, policy, normative society, and black men end up infantilized after having dealt with them. And it's because it's almost like a sort of like hazing. Like once you deal with them, like you're never the same because they've hazed the dog shit out of you. They've hazed these men with sex, making them wait with sex. They've hazed these men by manipulating them emotionally. They also haze these men by throwing them in unfamiliar celebrity circles and around these like very non-disclosure agreement private people. Like they're these, and I can't even see these people's faces. It's like I see suits, I see nice dresses, I see money, I see white people, I see galas, and I see charity events, but I can't see these people's faces. And these men, it's almost like these black men end up devolving. It's like they end up unlearning the self that was built through society, and they start learning the self that's built through living like a Kardashian. And I don't think that they are always mentally equipped to adapt into that lifestyle, because it's like once you fuck with them, you stuck with them. Say more, Spirit. So with black men, they don't pray after black men. They just allow for the men to come to them, and they find a weak man. I mean, it's like it's a system. It's like they're not giving you sex. So if you get exhausted after a month of chasing down a Kardashian and it's about sex, you weren't a candidate for them anyway to haze. And they lure them in by emotionally manipulating them. These guys aren't aware that these women date for marriage. These women date to lock you down. They're not going to... That they know the psychology of a man. They know how to speak to you, how to talk to you, how to wine, dine you. They know when to have sex with you. They know they know like a little bit about black culture to enough to the degree that they almost speak a siren song to these men. And these men always feel like this experience is new for them, because the sort of lifestyle that they live, even as wealthy people, is eclectic, and it's non-judgmental. It's a lot of private things that you can do with them, a lot of fun things, a lot of illegal things that you shouldn't normally be able to do, and these men end up kind of... I mean, it's not like these men are... it's not like these men are Barack Obama to start out with, okay? It's like these men were already susceptible to emotional manipulation by some institution in society. They just happen to be attracted to a Kardashian. They end up dealing with the Kardashian, getting hazed the fuck out of from that upper echelon of the top 0.01% of media, socialites, and celebrities. Gossip sites putting pressure on them, constantly in communication with the lawyer on a week-to-week basis. It's just a lot, and it screws them up. They never see life the same. So, are the Kardashians like the white people on Get Out? Metaphorically, yes. They will sap your spiritual strength. They will transform your identity. It's like their culture is the culture in which they live is so provocative. It's like a drug. It's like you take one hit, you're never the same. I've never done cocaine, and they're just describing it like cocaine. It's like it's an addictive drug. Being around the Kardashians, it brings a sense of emotional completion, and it's like a sort of brainwashing. They break you down to build you back up again, and are they like the white people in Get Out? It's like metaphorically, yes. They break you down to build you back up the way that they want you. All right, so those are all the questions that I have thus far for the Kardashians Unlocked. I hope that you all enjoyed this reading. I really enjoyed doing it. So please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com and purchase a private psychic reading. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all for my next video. Bye.
I just wanna fly away. First class out of space.